Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Welcome to the Air Force Civil Engineer Center. Today, we honor Mr. Edwin H. Oshiba on the occasion of his promotion to Tier 2 of the Senior Executive Service. Officiating today's ceremony is Major General Bradley D. Spacy, Commander, Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center. Throughout the ceremony, you'll be given cues to stand, applaud, and be seated at the appropriate times. As a reminder, during the playing of our national anthem, military members in uniform should stand at attention, while others in civilian attire should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Before we begin, it is my pleasure to recognize our distinguished guests with us today. Please hold your applause until everyone has been recognized. A special welcome to Mr. Oshiba's wife, Mrs. Inkyung Oshiba, and their daughter, Julia. Please also welcome our distinguished visitors attending today's ceremony. Mr. Robert Moriarty, Director of Installations, Air Force Civil Engineer Center. Colonel Matt Benevenia, Deputy Director, Air Force Civil Engineer Center. Colonel John Balzano, Deputy Director of Facilities Engineering, Air Force Civil Engineer Center. And Ms. Suzanne Bilbrey, Director of Environmental Management, Air Force Civil Engineer Center. And last but not least, Mr. David Dentino, Director of Installation Support, Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center. We also welcome the many other distinguished guests, directors, corporate partners, senior leaders, chiefs, and friends that are here with us today. Thank you all for joining us in celebrating this milestone day for Mr. Oshiba. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the playing of honors and the national anthem, followed by the invocation given by Chaplain Lieutenant Colonel Sellers. Will now offer the invocation.
Shall we pause for the invocation? Our God, we thank you for such a wonderful day as this, to share in the promotion of Mr. Oshiba. Few rise to this level of responsibility and position of leadership. None have done so without diligence, sacrifice, and professional skill. Thank you for blessing the Air Force with his life, his service, his commitment, and excellence. We are the benefactors of that success and ask you to bless him with yet greater ability, further success, and irreproachable character as he enters new responsibilities and influence. Be with he and his family in this rewarding day. We ask these things in your wonderful name. Amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Chaplain Sellers. Today, we come together to recognize a significant milestone in Mr. Oshiba's civil service career as he advances to the next tier of senior executive service. The Senior Executive Service, or SES, leads America's workforce. As the keystone of the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978, the SES was established to ensure that the executive management of the government of the United States is responsive to the needs, policies, and goals of the nation, and otherwise is of the highest quality. These leaders possess well-honed executive skills and share a broad perspective on government and public service commitment that is grounded in the Constitution. Members of the SES serve in key positions just below the top presidential appointees and are the major link between these appointees and the rest of the federal workforce. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our presiding official, Major General Spacy.
Thank you, Klaus. Okay, well, good morning and welcome. I don't know how you're all feeling. To me, it's a great day. It's been busy lately, so when you take time to do something like this, it's a great day. I was at home last night telling my wife, because we've been doing, it's been a busy time, and I told her, honey, I am just beat. I'm glad this week is about done. And she goes, honey, it is Monday evening. Some of those days you feel like just, oh, let me out. And it's like that dream you have, and maybe you don't have these. I have these once in a while. You're swimming in water, and you're trying to swim up to the surface, and you can't quite get there, and you wake up before you drown. I mean, hopefully before you drown. That's life now. It's kind of swimming for the surface, and we want to wake up before we drown. It's not really that bad, but it is that busy. It's a busy time. I mean, there's so much going on in the Air Force, and certainly in our enterprise, and AFCEC is sort of in the middle of all that. You can feel overwhelmed if you're not careful. So it's fun to take times like this and just relax for a moment and enjoy what's going on and celebrate with people you care about. So take a minute and just go and relax. If nothing else, do it for me so I can relax a minute. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're all here. It's great to see Hyung and Julia here. Andy couldn't make it today. I've known them for a long time. We were just remarking how Hyung and Ed look the same. Julia's grown quite a bit since I last saw her as a second grader. But welcome. I'm glad you all could be here. As you know, they're living geographically separated right now, and Ed was supposed to be on leave all this week, but good luck. He's had to come in a lot already, and he hopefully won't have to come in anymore, but you just never know with this ops tempo we lead. That is sort of the price of getting promoted. So it's appropriate that the week he took to celebrate having the family out and getting promoted is the impact of being promoted, which is time off is tougher to come by, and special time off where you have nothing to worry about is almost unheard of. Because even when you're at home relaxing, the business of the day is swirling around there in the back of your mind because you're responsible for a lot of stuff. And a lot of people are waiting for what you're going to do. But it's a great day. I thought about this a lot. I've known Ed for a long time. When I first met him, I was a colonel, and he was a lieutenant colonel in his active duty career. Now, I'm a two-star, and he's just getting ready to be a two-star. So I've got to retire pretty soon before he passes me up. Because then it's payback for all that stuff you did to him when you outranked him. But I've always knew this was coming somehow, whether it was in his active duty career or some other part of his life. I saw Ed in a position like this and beyond. If you know him, and you hopefully have gotten a chance to know him a little bit as he's taken command, he comes from humble beginnings, just normal family, pretty normal parents and grandparents. He's got a wonderful wife and children. He's very, very dedicated to that family. He's very passionate about that family. I think it's a passion that follows him into work. He's one of those quiet guys that just sort of goes to work every day and does a really good job, and you just can always depend on it. And that can be a little deceiving because he's always one of those visionaries that has that second plan going on all the time. And as a a leader in the Air Force, you look for those people. The people you can count on every day. They're going to come to work and they're going to knock out the job, whatever the task is, and do it in exceptional fashion. That's great. But if you can combine that with someone can look over the horizon and plan for what comes next and what comes next, that's true nirvana for any commander, I think, or leader in an organization. And that's kind of what Ed brings. It's a combination of, you know, that humble beginning, that great work ethic, that hard work every day to do the mission. Very plain spoken, but never whines. Ready for the challenge, always brings excellent work, but can see over the horizon and plan for what's coming next. In fact, I always learn something. Every time I talk to Ed, I learn something new that I hadn't thought about. I always feel like I'm just trying to catch up. I'm like a step behind. I'm just trying to, I can almost get it, and then he's just over the hill again, and I'm trying to catch up. But I love that. I love trying to catch up. That's what makes it fun. I think having Ed now, in this time in his life, in his professional growth, taking over in AFCEC has been great. Because I was sitting here thinking about, you know, the world and how it fits together. His life and what he brings to the fight is very similar to what AFCEC is known for. It's that hard work. It's been around for a long time. It's always there doing the hard work that has to be done, never complaining, producing the product, but looking over the horizon and planning for the future, whether it's research out at Tyndall, or it's hard work just putting projects out, or it's some of the folks like Robert Rushing and the guys back there planning for how we're going to do the next thing. I think that's exciting, and I think it's a good fit. The bad part about it is when people like Ed come along, you usually don't get a hold of them for a long time. You get them for a little while, and then someone else snatches them. So every victory, you know, you sort of plan for the loss, and you have to start thinking about how you're going to fill that gap. So that's what worries me in the back of my head late at night when I think of how many good things are going on now and what I expect him to do for the organization and the Air Force. But let's just enjoy the moment. We got him now. You all have him now. It's a big day. He's taken the next expected step. I'm excited about this step, but I'm also excited about what comes next. So Ed, congratulations. Certainly a well-deserved promotion, but really it's better for the Air Force because it's an opportunity to use your strengths and your knowledge and your talent at a higher level. Congratulations to you too, but it's kind of a double-edged sword, you know. He's always been a workaholic, so they're used to not having him at home. It's going to get worse because I don't think he can stop it. And unfortunately, we'll just make it worse by demanding more out of him. But it's a great day today, and it's a time to celebrate. So without any more, Ed, let's come up here and make it official. We'll do the promotion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the reading of the promotion citation.
Right. Make sure we're centered. Go here. There we go.
The Secretary of the Air Force has imposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, leadership, and managerial competencies of Mr. Edwin H. Oshiba. In view of these special qualities and his demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, Mr. Edwin H. Oshiba is hereby appointed to a Tier 2 position in the Senior Executive Service, in accordance with Title V of the United States Code, effective the 5th day of February, 2018. General Spacy will now present the Air Force Senior Executive Service Tier 2 certificate to Mr. Oshiba.
It's not official till you get a certificate. Now. Dun, dun.
General Spacy will now present the Air Force Senior Executive Service Tier 2, administer the oath of office to Mr. Oshiba.
He's supposed to keep us on track, you know. Okay, here we go. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Edwin H. Oshiba,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion,
That I will well and faithfully
that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office upon which
of the office upon which
I'm about to enter.
I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Mrs. Oshiba, Julia, please come forward to repin the senior level insignia on Mr. Oshiba.
You come this way. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Football.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated for remarks by Mr. Oshiba.
Thanks, Klaus. Wow. Good morning, everybody. That's it. That's all I have. Right. Last time I was up here, it was a big old binder. But this is all I got. So everybody just relieved. As General Spacy said, this is the time to relax, kind of catch your breath. But I do want to start off with a few things. So General Spacy, thank you very much for taking the time out of your schedule to come and celebrate with us. So I've seen his schedule. Actually, I see all the blocks that say busy on it. There's a lot of them, and they don't have a lot of white space in the middle of them. So this means a lot to my family and myself. And so again, thank you very much for doing that. There's a team of folks that have been working to put this together for quite a while now. And I apologize, I'm probably going to miss a few names, but there were a few that kind of, that were in my face, making sure that all the details were taken care of. Major Jumper, Major Deering, Major Smart, Mike Prazak, Klaus, and again, a few others out there that I know is working behind the scenes to make this happen. Thank you very much for doing that, because it doesn't just happen by itself, right? People make this stuff all come together. I'm gonna walk down here because I feel like I'm talking down to you. I don't like that. I can't stand it. So for the appointment of leadership ceremony, we talked a lot about kind of all the things and people that kind of made that ceremony and made that happen, and it's really the folks here and the folks that I've been able to work with over a period of time who have gotten me to the point where somebody decided it was a good idea to put me in charge of the Air Force Civil Engineer Center. This is different, right? A promotion to me is about the people who are there to support you every day, and that's about family, right? So it's about my wife, In Kyung, and Julie and Andy, unfortunately, who couldn't be here today because he's doing the right thing. He's at school over at George Mason learning to be an accountant. I think I mentioned that during the appointment of leadership ceremony when I said that was important because I need somebody to help me with my taxes. So you better pass and you better do well. So a couple of things. Let's see. Let's do some flowers first. All right. Okay. Bigger and smaller. Got it. I think I could understand this one. All right. Julie, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And go ball.
Thank you.
Okay. A couple of interesting tidbits. No card. So my family has seen me get promoted, including my military time, twice. That includes today. Twice in my career, they've actually been at a ceremony. My daughter has never been at one, right? I mean, because the only other time my wife and we celebrated a promotion was when I was at Langley, getting promoted to major. And at that point in time, I don't think you even was a thought or glimmer in our eyes yet. Sorry, I hate to tell you that. Although my wife made it very clear to me that we are going to have 2 children, at least 2, because she wants a girl. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, Go, girl. It all worked out pretty well. But this is only the second time they've ever seen this happen. So it was when they came to me and said, when they, meaning General Spacy and Mr. Edwards, came to me and said, hey, have you ever thought about doing an SCS promotion, which I've never seen before, by the way. I thought about it for a while and I went, you know what? Yeah, I think I want to do it. Not for me, and sorry, not for you guys, but I wanted to do it for my family. Everything General Spacy said was mostly right, except one thing. So I apologize, sir. I have not done a very good job of keeping my family in the center of my heart, right? I haven't done that very well. It's been tough, but I haven't, because I've been focused on work. I've been focused on getting whatever that job was done. So I've kind of sucked at the rest of it. This particular assignment, I think I mentioned to some of you already. This particular assignment, coming here and taking over this job, and living separately from my wife, which we've done before. I mean, right? I've been deployed before. This was kind of eye-opening. This has been hard. This is going to be incredibly difficult until such time that I either go back or they come here. And for all of you people who are residents of Texas, I apologize, but if she comes here, it'll be a miracle. She spent a couple days. She's like, honey, I don't know about this Texas thing. It's the end of March. It's 85 degrees and it's 84% humidity. What the hell happens over the summertime? Oh my goodness. And you all know what it's like, right? So anyway, we will continue to have a hard time. I'll be honest. Balancing work and life and family will be hard. But in front of all of you and in front of my boss, I will tell you right now, it's an easy choice, right? Most of you guys have heard me say this before. Job is important, right? But family is forever. At least it's supposed to be that way. But that takes effort. It doesn't just happen. So I will tell you right now, family is forever. Don't forget about it. Put effort into it. Because a time may come when you may have to make a choice. Make the right choice. I will make the right choice. I am assured of that. And that's what this experience has shown me. I did this the last time. This is what this has shown me. I'm incredibly blessed to have a beautiful wife who has taken care of me and supported me over the last 24 years and a few months. Incredible children, and incredible coworkers and friends around me to help me along the way. This is no different, by the way. This is no different. So despite all of the issues and struggles we're all going to work on together, I know kind of inside my heart we're gonna make it through it, no matter what it is, because we have great people in this organization, and certainly for the organization I work for. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. After family photographs are taken, please come forward to congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Oshiba and join us at the rear of the auditorium for refreshments. Thank you.